Once again, everybody, give us just one moment. We'll get this shit started. You feel me? All right, we're just waiting on the rest of the boys to hop up in the stream. But yeah, if y'all have any questions for Loft, drop them in the comments. We will be hitting audience questions as well. We're gonna find out what makes Loft tick. We're gonna find out everything. Like, let's get it, y'all. Let's go.
Welcome to the main event.
Welcome to the main. Gonna be a long job in life. Gonna ride that stage up.
Twitch! It is I, the visionary, the revolutionary, the messiah of all things wrestling, TJ freaking Gatsby, aka the Heartbreak Prince, joining me today. And let's be honest, y'all know him at this point. He is the chairman and CEO of the Fuck Roman Reigns Society. He is the king of Skisku. If you have a forklift, don't let him drive it because he'll destroy something. Ladies and gentlemen, he is TikTok's #1 heel. He is the star before time. Zay 3.0. Zay, what's good with you? This motherfucker stepped away from the damn mic.
Hey, bitch!
Somebody clip that. Somebody clip that right now. Aiden, are you in here? Aiden, if you're in here, clip that shit. Aiden, clip it right now. Clip that. Because, what the fuck? Please, somebody clip that. Because, god damn it, that was funny as shit. Aiden, I'm going to trust you clipped it. Well, while Zay comes back, y'all see the man down here below? Look at his face! The man who joins us on all these damn streams. Ladies and gentlemen, he is one of the biggest big time Rush fans you will find. He is that boy Deontay NBA. Tay! Tay, what's good with you, boy?
Not much. Good.
Yes.
What is it?
See, that's what we like to hear. Also, usually you'll see us with the boys, but they couldn't be here today. They will be here later tonight for the GM mode stream. But until then, shout out to boy Russell, Spot, Phil, Steven, Tommy, Jay, Sienna, all of them. And you're probably thinking, did he say Sienna? Yes, I did, because in case you missed it, Sienna Chanel is officially a member of the main event players. Why? Because we smoking on that Panda Pack, baby. Bye bye, bitch. But on to business measures while we get ready for Loft and wait for Zay to come back. If you didn't know, from the thousands of times we tell you, your boys have partnered with none other than W Energy. If you go to w.gg and type in code MEP, you can get 10% off your entire order. Yes, that is right, w.gg. You can also use any of these codes: MEP, Gatsby HTX, NBA Tay, Team Weaver TV, and TSB4T. In addition to that, if you go to SeatGeek.com and type in any of these codes, you can get 10% off your purchase. If it's your first time, type in code OTB and get $20 off your first purchase. That $20 can be the difference between you getting parking, getting snacks, helping get a piece of merch. So come on, people. Also, I still got to put the links in our link tree, but your boys have partnered with WWE Shop. We are WWE Shop affiliates. The way it works, if you're looking to go buy merch, you're already going to go spend the money, right? So why not just take a 5 extra seconds, click the link in our link tree, and use that, because then you get your merch like you want it, but we also get a percentage of the sale that WWE is going to get. So you're helping us while getting what you needed. Now, without further ado, we know what y'all are waiting for. Y'all see this swaggy ass poster right here. Ladies and gentlemen, he is one of the biggest 2K creators around. He is someone who will ride for the Miami Heat even if they went 0-82. Why? Because he's not a bandwagon. He is someone who Nikita Lyons will soon realize is her future husband, future baby daddy, future forever. He is none other than Loft Not Famous. What's
Yo,
good?
yo,
Do I have an
yo.
applause sound effect on here? I don't think I do. We'll just...
Why would you say that, bro? Bro, why would you say that? Sammy's right there. Why would you say that?
Hey,
See,
hey, hey.
I knew you tried to get. I knew you tried to get me. Ooh, ooh.
We ain't gonna talk
Oh,
about my wife on the stream, all right? We ain't gonna
you
talk
tried to.
about
You already messed it up. You already. Mm,
Loft,
mm, mm.
Loft, Loft. Get your people. Get your people.
Come on,
Get your
man.
people.
Dog, come
Get
on,
your
man.
people. All right, get your people, man. Get your people.
Oh my god.
Anyway, um, formalities for the people who don't know. Tell them who you are.
I go by the name of Lafnotfamous. My name is Lafayette. Um, that's I'm just a content creator. You know what I'm saying? I try not to use the word influencer because I hate that nut ass word. Uh, but trying to get some money. That's all. Trying to get out of 9 to 5. All I'm trying to do. Feel me?
Yeah, that's how you do it in a hierarchy. You know, you
You know
gotta
what I'm
hold
saying?
down people, suppress the others, only worry about that money.
Press the
Don't
button.
worry, people. We gonna talk about all of it. But yes. As much of us here in the chat know, Loft recently graduated from college with his bachelor's. Is that just right? Your bachelor's?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So, what was that like? Because a lot of us here have either done the college
Um,
experience or getting ready to. And what was your experience like?
um, college was something. College was an experience I wasn't really expecting to have because I didn't know how I would deal with it. High school was its own weird thing. So um, college was a completely new experience for me, and I had a lot of ups, a lot of downs. I learned a lot of things, met a lot of people, did a lot of things I can't say, but we out here, and it just I it was fun, it was fun. I'm happy it's over. Um, and the people I met there, I hope to have them as longtime friends. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool. It was
That's what we
cool.
like to hear. That's what we like to hear. What'd you major in?
Video and music production. So my degree actually says bachelor's of fine arts, but there's like
Mm,
subsections. So I was doing stuff like digital media and graphic design. It was all the art school, so I was doing like every kind of computer art and shit like that um,
okay.
for a full year. So yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. Now, for those who don't know, Loft is an original member of the main event players, the OG6, as Zay likes to call it. And Loft is also a member of OTB, which is how we ended up starting the main event players. So I'm
Mhm.
gonna ask Phil this later when we do his interview, but I'll ask you while you're
Yeah.
here. So, how did OTB start, or how did Phil approach you to be on it? How did you even meet Phil in the first place?
Oh God. Now I gotta think.
Shit.
Well, I
I
remember.
told y'all we getting down and dirty with it.
All right. You
Okay.
know 1C, right? You know 1C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He made 2 profile pictures for me of Jeff Hardy when I first met him. Phil, if I'm remembering the timeline, Phil might tell a totally different story, but if I remember the timeline correctly, Phil DM'd me about the profile picture because he wanted 1C to make him one. And after that conversation happened, Phil mentioned like a month later that he was thinking about doing a podcast. He didn't even really mention it. Um, like he just said he was thinking about doing a podcast, and we had been talking back and forth a little bit. Um, and everything just happened extremely quick. He said he wanted to do a podcast. I was like, I can do a podcast. I don't care. And next thing you know, we just it grew to something that is great right now. I never I didn't really expect me having the conversation with Phil to turn into him being like one of the best friends I've met um from TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just he's one of the most genuine people I've ever met because while he has certain ways of going about what he does, everything is like extremely strategic, and he has a method. And it was hard for me to figure out what his method was because I try to follow the leader in that sense because it's his show. But um, all right, our meeting it happened extremely quick, but it's like I knew him my whole life. That's my dog right there. And I'm very happy that we had the chance to create something as big as what we did with OTB, and I hope it goes on forever. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. First things first, I would like to apologize to everyone, including our guests. I
You
didn't
good?
unexpected means. You feel me?
You good?
Uh, I'm not going to introduce myself, nothing, but having met Phil, I agree with you that man's methodical pace is something to behold.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if this question was asked yet, so let me just ask you now. I know a lot about your social media passion. Where does that passion stem from? And why are you so adamant on your placement with it?
Um. Well, I think the root of it is that I'm extremely competitive. Um. I I don't like seeing myself behind others as far as like numbers and credentials go. I have a certain method of when I post, why I post, and what's my like directed crowd. When I first started on TikTok, I sat in the house for like a month and I just learned the algorithm, and I sat there and I just learned every way on how I can post and optimize my viewership and engagement and stuff like that. And I didn't post until I fully understood what the algorithm was. And once I did that, it became of just posting at 2 a.m., posting at 6 a.m. on a Thursday, posting at 3 a.m. on a Wednesday, just knowing when times I had to wake myself up, post a video, and then go back to sleep. Just because I've always felt like I'm on a race. I feel like I'm racing with other people. And I know it's not the best way to go about it at some points, but I I want to be number one, you know what I'm saying? And it's not anything besides just me being just wanting to be great. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where did freaking Zay go. I just want to be. I want to be the best I can at every way, shape, and form. So I think that's really what the passion came from. And not to mention, I absolutely love doing YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, music. I've been doing all this since I was like 12. So I love this. I love this so much. I love this whole thing of content creation so much because I'm happy that I learned that this was my purpose of being on earth. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know what their purpose is here yet, and I was lucky enough to find it before I was 13. So now it just turned. Ever since then, it just turned into me becoming the best version of myself for not only my followers and and everyone else who watches me, but for myself as well and for my family. So hopefully, I'll be able to provide for them um, by just doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So
Speaking of the music side, now we all know musicians. We all have our own songwriting process and
yeah.
how the music comes to us. What is your songwriting process? Is it just you get a random thought and it's like I gotta stop everything, sit down, start adding some context to this, or is it just how does it work for you?
Um, I write every day. I I I I I like to say that I write one song every day just because my mind is always moving in that sense. Um, I'm listening to music at least 18 hours throughout my day. I'm music is a huge aspect of my life. A lot of the things that happen bad in my life, I learned to turn them into a therapeutic uh, outlet for me. You know, I learned to get everything that like every negative opportunity that I missed out on, or someone did me wrong, or a girl that broke up with me, or something like that. I make sure not to spend too much time thinking about it as just a scenario, and then switching it to something that other people can relate to. I like all of my songs being something that you can listen to and you can feel like you are in the same position as I am, because that's what makes you like certain artists. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my favorite artists, I learned that I can relate to them in certain senses. So a lot of my music, I try my best to do that. And not to mention, I'm just very good at rhyming words. And so now it turns to knowing how to do that to song structure and then beat structure. And then all that stuff comes into play. So it's just I love listening to music and making music. That's like one of the main things I love more than wrestling is just being a musician, and hopefully I'll be able to build upon that as I get older as well because I love that more than life itself sometimes. So it's 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 something.
I feel that. I feel that. Um, Deontay, do you have any questions? Because I'll say I'll just deal on a tangent right now.
Um, well, what made you wanna, start doing this YouTube and TikTok and stuff? So what made you say I want to do this?
um Now I gotta ask 12-year-old Loft this question. Shit. Um, I mean, I think um damn. I think it was really just watching other YouTubers. I had an iPod Touch and I was just making videos talking about random shit. One time when I was on stream, we went and watched some of my old videos, and it's literally just unedited 8 minutes of me talking about random shit. And
Oh shit!
while- they're terrible videos, and you'll probably never find them unless I watch them on stream again. But
I
I
remember
think
that.
some of them, yeah, you were there. Some of them are there. Some of them are like not like the worst ones I kept on private. But I watch those videos a lot. See, Aiden was there. I watch those videos a lot because even though those videos structure wise were absolutely horrendous, I was happy. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people have to remember like just do shit that makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? It may not be the best thing at the moment as far as like production wise or viewers and stuff like that, but just do shit that makes you happy. Like I was 13 and I was happy making those videos. I know what I was doing. I was just out there trying to make something out of myself. And I forget I went through like 18 different usernames and a whole different type of rebrands and shit. It was a lot, you know what I'm saying? But I was happy. And at the root of all of that, I knew YouTube made me happy. Before all the TikTok and the Twitch stuff, YouTube is my baby before anything because that was the first time I like got myself out there and I saw that like, oh shit, I actually can get people to listen to me talk for a little bit. So um it it's my number one love. And as much as I like don't post on YouTube as much as I used to because I'm not at that point right now as far as like um what videos I want to release there. Whenever I get the chance to, whenever I get back into like my own comfortable living situation, I get a new PC, I'm going straight back to YouTube because that is what that's what I love the most. And I think but if it wasn't for YouTube, I wouldn't be on TikTok or anything else. If it wasn't for YouTube, Lafnotfamous would not exist as a content creator. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
Yeah,
speaking
well,
of content creation, you've mentioned it before, and this is my favorite point to bring up when we're talking about the greatness that is Loft Not Famous. Um, you got to 1K on Twitch solely by console. That is
Yeah,
that's
man.
something that is in fucking sane
Yeah,
to get
man.
to 1K only using your console.
Yeah.
Like, how did it start? Like, I'm pretty sure it was like a slow rise. Like, did you ever get discouraged at any point? And when did you see it really start to take off?
Um, I think I started when I was trying to reach affiliate. No, actually, no. I'm tripping. This happened. This was like early 2020, maybe right before quarantine. It was
Mm,
like right when Uncharted 4 came out, and I
mm,
I might
W
actually no.
game.
It's one of my favorite games ever. It may have been. I'm trying to remember. It may have been early, like middle to late 2019 as well. I really don't remember, but I remember being in high school streaming from my PlayStation, and I had a 4 at the time, and I sat there and streamed like playing Uncharted 4 for like 0 viewers. I would tell my friends, "Come watch my stream." They wouldn't come, or they would show up and say hi, Lock, and then leave. you know,
We
I
gave you your
remember.
engagement for the day.
You
That
know,
should work,
hey,
right?
you know what I'm saying? And I remember like sitting. I was living with my dad at the moment at the time, and I was remember sitting in my bed and I was playing the game. I didn't have a face cam or nothing. I was playing, and I was trying to be as engaging as possible. But it's at the time I didn't understand how to be engaging without having the viewers to match. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the
Yeah.
thing that I learned over time. But I remember just like acting like I had a million of viewers watching me. I know I saw the zero pop up, and the zero, that was when the time where it always stayed there.
Mm.
It always stayed there. So it always like reminded me while I'm streaming, like, damn, um, no one's watching your ass, nigga. So it, it, it made me gain tough skin at a point, I guess you could say,
Mm.
because I never wanted to stop. You know what I'm saying? It hurt that none of my friends were watching me. It hurt that none of my family was like on board with me doing it, but I had a goal, and I, I think my goal really I think my goal really took over at a point, and it turned into just me ignoring everything else, and it took a lot of me just being disciplined. I think, I had to remind myself that this is what I wanted to do for the rest of my life, and if I wanted to do this, I had to go through this rough patch. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to wake up and just have 1,000 viewers waiting on you. You had to go and you had to
Mm.
build this from the ground up. And once I got that in my head, I didn't care if there was zero viewers, 7, 100. I was going to be the same version of myself forever. And when I got out of that round and I started using the when I think it was when 2K22 came out, and I started bringing people from TikTok over to Twitch, and then I started having a revolving like 7 people who would always come in. And I was like, all right, now I got something here, and then it just became building off that. And I was playing scary games. I was trying to. I played one game, and if you look me up on Reddit, I went viral on Reddit about 12 months ago because they thought I was talking to a cam girl. I was not. I was playing a game where you're like living through the perspective of this dude, and he was talking to a cam girl. So, but I was treating it as if I was like she was talking to the dude, and I was acting like she was talking to me, and the wrong idea. And I remember looking at the clip because if you see it, I'm in front of like my mom's door. I was in an apartment, and my mom had the door open, so at any point she could just walk in and see me talking to this half naked woman, and she would think that I was doing the same thing too. And I think that aspect of it, plus of what I was doing, just it helped that clip go. And once that clip came out, I got a whole influx of followers, and then I started asking people from TikTok to follow me, and then along with 2K22, like I said, that came out, and it was just it all happened so fast, and I started getting like hundreds of followers a day just off of me staying consistent. And I think one summer, Prodigy and Aiden were in there. 'Cause those two are like my OGs as far as my Twitch stream, because they've been watching me forever. I love them more than anything, because they've been there for the long run. They've seen a lot of my like just my uprising on Twitch, but I think that whole crescendo that whole crescendo of me just learning how to navigate that was it was just consistency. That the whole summer I was in Florida for a little bit, and that whole every day during that summer I just streamed every single day for like 3 hours, and I had a method. I slept for a few hours, eat late at night, and then just stream, and then it's a part of my daily just it's part of my DNA now, because even I talked to Phil about it, because Phil's like, oh, how do you stream so much? It's not a thing of like, oh, I got to go stream now. Now it's just it's a part of my day. It's a part of my brain. I can't go too long without doing it because I feel like I'm missing out on something. So at times I feel like a robot, but I'm controlled in it. And like I said earlier, it's something that makes me happy. And hopefully one day I can be able to like sit back and say, I built this. You know what I'm saying? I have something now, but I want something bigger. Like this is
Mm.
I never thought I would have that. Like on Twitch, I didn't think I have that. On TikTok, I didn't think I have that. YouTube, all that stuff. I never thought I would have all that. But at the same time, in the back of my head, I knew, because it's just like once you do something so much and you learn how to do it at a high enough clip, then you become something that people can't stop because now you're going, and there is no. I don't have a plan B. I tell my mom all the time she wants me to do this and do that. I don't have a plan B. I don't have a plan C. I have one plan A. Because if I have a plan B, that's going to distract me from my plan A, and my plan A is this. That's it for me. You know what I'm saying? Because some people go through life and they don't even have that shit. You know, some people go through life and they don't even have a plan A. So I was fortunate. I'm blessed enough to find that, and that was the whole Twitch thing was just it worked, and I told myself that I could do it, and I never let myself quit. And I think that's like the biggest testament to just how my brain works. I don't stop ever, and I'm never going to stop until I get called where the fuck niggas go when they die. Whenever God calls me up, that's when I stop. But for now, I have no there's no stopping this motor. It's only going to get better from now on. So it's just consistency and just working hard. That's all I can do.
You know, that's fantastic here, and I really don't think enough people talk about the stage of content creation that a lot of us within the main event players, yourself included, are in, where you have something tangible and you feel it.
Yeah.
But it's the process of growth. How do you carry this? And that internal struggle is what changes a lot of people's minds on this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you look at it from a wider standpoint, because I think as creators, we all know TikTok is a very weak platform to stand on.
Mm-hmm.
As great as it is, and as great a start as it's given so many creators, it's ice that you can't skate on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I want to carry this slightly away from TikTok presence. I want to talk about creation overall, music, the videos, the streams, everything. How does this all play into you mentally, especially being a Black creator at that?
They asking the hard hitting questions. Like, that shit hit me. I think mainly during quarantine, it took its biggest tax on me because I had my first panic attack, and it was when I first moved out of my mom's house, and I was like in the middle of college, and I was a phone call away from dropping out, and I'm so happy I didn't. I was a phone call away from dropping out. My brain just stopped for a second. You know what I'm saying? And I was in my room one night, and I don't know if I was on TikTok at that point. I think I might have been like just starting out, and I had my first panic attack, and I didn't know how to react to it. I didn't know what was happening. I was shaking. I was extremely worried and scared, and I didn't know what I was afraid of. I couldn't talk to my dad because my dad was more like a "shut up, nigga, be a man," you know, just like that. You know, don't be crying. And I didn't know how to talk to him because of that. I didn't want to call my mom because in my head I was like, I moved out of my mom's house. I don't want to call her and say, "Mommy, I need help." So I couldn't call my parents. I didn't want to burden my friends with it because I don't like telling my friends that I'm having trouble because everyone's having their own issues in their own brain, and I'm not gonna put my shit on them ever. I hate that because I'm everyone's going through something different. I feel like when you're going through something bad, you think you're the only one going through something bad. No, everyone's going through something at some point, and it's just if they tell you or not, if they let you see it. I never let it spill out to my content because I made sure to never let that spill out. I'm very particular in what I say as far as like on the internet because I like to keep Lafnotfamous and Lafayette very separate until it's time for me to combine them if there ever is that time. But I think that was the first time where this really took a toll on me because I didn't know what to do in that moment. I didn't know how to escape what I was feeling. It was just I don't feel good, you know what I'm saying? And I was working a really bad 9 to 5 at Walgreens at the time, and I hated that. And my girlfriend just broke up with me, and I hated that. And it was a lot. It was a lot for me to figure out and all of it hit me in less than 30 seconds. And I'm just sitting there trying to figure out why this is all happening. And the only thing that really got me out of it was still moving. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to stop. My brain was telling me to stop everything and just lay in this bed, but I couldn't. There was something in me that told me not to, and I had to pray about it. I had to write about it. I had to figure out what was going on and why that was happening. You know what I'm saying? Because like, if you go on my SoundCloud, there's an 8-track album I made just using my cell phone and my dad's computer, and that I wrote that simply because I was panicking while I'm recording that. I'm like shaking, like all the songs. I'm like I'm in the midst of having the panic attack while I'm recording the songs, and when I listen back to it, I can hear my voice shaking. I can hear my voice crack. I'm listening to all this, but at that same point, I was so fucking comfortable because I was telling people how I was feeling in whatever way I could, and I feel like I've had bits and pieces of it as I got older and as I was younger, really, because when I went through my first breakup in high school, I wrote an entire album using like this Android phone and my grandmother's sound bar on her TV. And I was going through the same thing. I recorded all of that in one night and then released it. And I don't know why I did that. It was really just me expressing how I felt about my ex breaking my heart. And I was like 17. I was like, I think I listened to that album on Twitch too. And it was just like, I don't like going back into that point because I can hear how taxing all of this stuff was on my brain. But I think the main thing that got me out of that was just not quitting. And if I quit, that would have made me feel a whole 10 times worse. So it's a lot, you know. I don't think people realize how much content creation takes a toll on you because it just looks like, oh, you're just getting paid to make videos. It's so much more than that because you are now putting yourself out there. You're live. Yeah, I don't think people even realize the aspect of being live for a long period of time. People are seeing what you're doing right now around the world, and this is your life. So now you're here. Your responsibility now isn't just your Lafayette. No,
you ain't have to make me aware of it.
you know,
Hey,
you have to entertain them now. They're watching you. Do something. Do a flip. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you brought that up because
gotta
you
do
were
something.
so right, bro. The first, because we all three of us, we all three release music. Nigga,
Yeah.
the first time I checked the streaming stats on Apple Music and I saw it said Nigeria and the UK, I was like, there are niggas across the world listening to something I made.
You know,
That is insane to comprehend,
For
bro.
me,
Like,
it's like I always made pretty emotional music. I always talked about like, you know, heartbreak. My friends make fun of me. She's like, you're a love song ass nigga. But
love song.
I
ass
remember
nigga.
when I was around 17, 16, I was very upset and I released a song called Runaway
Mhm.
that the chorus was literally me repeating, I just want to run away someday, someday, someday 4 times.
Damn.
Yeah, I know.
Used to
And I
that shit.
released that motherfucker, right? Everyone in my school heard it.
Mm.
I didn't think that would happen because I released a few songs before and nobody said anything unless I showed it to them. This time, though, I went to school a couple of days after and somebody was like, I heard you released a hit over the weekend. And I was like, what? And it was like, yeah, that I just want to run away. And
Yeah.
I think we all know the tone of voice that, especially with black people, the tone of voice that's like, they like, hey, congratulations, but that shit was kind of ass.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm picking up on this as he's singing my song to me, and I'm like, shit. That's when it really hit me that, like, how many people have heard this song? How many people in the world have heard this song? I checked my stats. In first period that day, and my number one city for the last week was the one I was living in.
Damn.
Other than that, it was Chicago, Pennsylvania, things like that, and it really hit me like this is something that is going to be accessed forever, whether I delete it or not. Like you won't have a hard time trying to find Runaway, but it's the internet. You might still find Runaway.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to throw it back to you specifically on being a Black creator, because in the midst of it, I do feel like maybe you hadn't caught that part.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think I looked at it at a different level because when I first started, as far as like YouTube went, I went to a predominantly white school, and I only had like it was like me and like 7 other Black people in the school, so we stuck with each other for obvious reasons. And when I started doing YouTube, really, I would tell people, I'm like, yeah, I got a YouTube channel, and I was making little songs from time to time as well, and they ran my ass through the dirt. Like I got vigorously ripped on for just like chilling, you know. Like I just all I wanted to do was make YouTube videos, and I got attacked, like not physically. I whoop a nigga ass, but just verbally. just verbally, just like it was a lot, just because I was like, I don't know, 16, 17, and I didn't know. I was completely I wasn't self-aware at the moment. I was self-conscious. I was scared. I was a whole bunch of shit in high school.
16, 17 is a
Yeah.
terrible time in life.
That's a
You know?
detrimental time right there.
You know what I'm saying? My skin was all weird. My hair was uneven. I looked dusty. I had to wear these tight ass khakis because we had to wear fucking uniform to school all day. This shit was ass, bro.
Oh, not the
Oh
uniforms.
my god, bro!
Ah.
You looking
I
around
would-
trying to find people that you could
Bro.
relate to?
Yeah, I had to wear blue polos and tight khakis. I walked in there looking like Carlton every day with a tight belt on. I look crazy, bro. I look nuts. I look nuts out
Nigga
there,
said Carlton.
you know. And it was
Tight
just,
belt.
it was a lot because like, I don't. I can cap. I can cap. One time, right? I tried to use YouTube to my advantage to get a prom date. That shit didn't work, cause what I did, I made a video of me like creating a card to give to the girl to for her to go to prom with me.
No.
So I made the video of me making the card. I wanted to make it like an interactive experience with the 102 subscribers I had at the time or something like that. And I made the card, went to school the next day. And my friends hyped me up and shit. They're like, "Oh yeah, go do it." Nigga, I gave her that card like in between lunch period. She ripped my ass in front of the entire hallway, in front of all her friends. She was like, "If you don't get this nut ass card, I got cooked." And all I did was I got eviscerated, and I didn't know how to react to it. I'm like, damn, she's cooking my shit, and I didn't know what to do because I'm not gonna start yelling at the girl, you know. I'm not gonna start screaming at her. Nothing like,
Raggedy bitch. I never liked you anyway.
I look back at my friends, they're like, damn, they're like, oh shit, I didn't know what to do. So she's just cooking my ass. I ain't going to prom with you, bitch ass. She was on my ass, bro, and it was funny because like. She was one of the few Black people in the school, so I thought there was some solidarity in there. I thought we were here with it. Nah, she was not fucking with me, bro. That shit, nah. So like, I think from that day on, it was like now, I learned that like, it wasn't sweet. You know what I'm saying? Shit does not go like that, you know, and having to deal with like. All her friends just happen to be like white as well, so they make it fun of me too. And even off of like, it may not have been like a racially prejudiced act, but verbally it sounded weird. And if you look at it, it looks crazy. The little Black kid in the middle of the hallway, and this light skinned girl and all her white friends calling, look at him. It just looked crazy, and I didn't.
Dark as
No,
hell
like,
too.
you ain't lying, but uh, it was just it was weird. It was so weird, bro. And I didn't have many people that I could say, my fellow black brethren, help me in this pain. I didn't have that shit, you know. I didn't have none of that. So it was just I I don't know how I got through it, but I did. But woof, it was being a black kid in the 95% white school is probably some of the toughest shit I ever did. But I did it. You know what I'm saying? You do it. You can't really run from it. You do the shit.
It's
So it was
I don't
something.
I don't think enough people talk about the struggle of being a black kid that wants a white lady, or even a
Oh,
light skinned lady who only
Boy,
wants snowmen.
I went after a country girl. Like, I'm talking about, she probably has cattle at home. Like, she wore boots to school. She was one of those ones, like, curled the hair, all that shit, wore the dress and the boots. Like,
Bro,
oh,
I was trying to fuck a horse girl.
What?
that was
You know, you
that's a
know
crazy
damn well, no horse girl is walking out anywhere with a Negro. I tell you that.
nuns!
Oh,
I was fighting for
no,
my life.
bro,
That
because
is crazy.
it wasn't even like lost the guy who dates white girls. It wasn't even nothing like that. It was just like I never had a set preference in people I dated. You know what I'm saying? I've dated almost every race. You know what I'm saying? But when you do it in a predominantly white school, I think a lot of it was just like, oh, don't date live because he black. You know what I'm saying? Don't date live because she should go be dating Blake or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like
Ethan or Blake.
I didn't know I didn't know how to react to that because it's like, aren't you happy now, Sammy? I love you. It was so much. That's how I know. That's how I know. High school me and college me are completely different because I would have reacted to it totally different than the way I just. It's I don't know, bro. It's a lot. That shit. It's a
I ain't
lot.
never gonna knock on the snow bunny. Let me tell you that.
Hey,
I hate that
hey.
term. I hate that term.
I do too.
Like I hate that word. Oh my
No,
god.
I hate so many of those terms. I'll call them my emo bitches, the white women. I hate
Nah, Zay crazy, man. Nah, bro. I love everybody, but just the aspect of it. And my dad was like, "Don't you? If y'all don't know, bringing home a white girl as a black man is like that's a shot. Your family
Mhm.
disrespecting them. It's
Any
crazy.
other race is fine, but
Yeah.
it's the wifey, because it's like,
You might get that one uncle that like, oh, I see you, nephew. Go ahead.
I see you, nephew.
I
Hey, that's you?
You might get that, but then from the rest of your
Yeah.
family, you just like, little Locke just walked in the room, and But I never let that stereotype of my family determine who I talk to. And not even like no relationship shit, just as far as like friends, you know what I'm saying? I never let that shit dictate who because like it's my life, nigga. I will not go to another family reunion again. Give a fuck. Like that, you know what I'm saying? I don't care about none of that shit. So it is what it is. It was an experience, you know what I'm saying? It was an experience to deal with, but I'm happy I did it, and I'm happy where I'm at now, just as a person.
Alright. Now, I'm pretty sure everyone's been waiting for this. Let's switch it up to the wrestling side of things, right?
Yeah.
We're not gonna jump into wrestle talk just yet, because that's a whole can of worms we can unravel later.
Oh
Let's
God.
start it off light. We usually do this towards the end, but I want to ask now. Everybody has their Mount Rushmores, their higher fire champs. First, I want to know, who is your top 5 all time, excluding Hogan, because fuck that nigga.
Oh,
I don't care what he contributed to the business.
imagine me
Fuck that
saying his
nigga.
name. Imagine me ever saying his name. If
Because
what?
everybody's always like, well, I know what he do is bad, but if we're doing this for purposes,
No,
I gotta think of the
no,
contributions. Fuck his contributions.
No,
Fuck Terry.
No.
Exactly.
That's not the
Fuck Terry.
conversation we're having.
get Terry.
We want to
Boyd.
know
Man.
objectively who does Lafayette feel is the 5 best wrestlers of all time.
Undertaker's number one.
Okay.
Undertaker,
That's a
is-
crazy pick, but I like it.
he's always been my number one. When I saw him at Raw 30 with Phil, I was bugging the fuck out. I never saw Undertaker live before, so that was just
Damn.
the fact that I got to see him, like, that may be one of his last entrances just as him. Holy shit,
Damn.
you know.
And I thought seeing Edge live was amazing. Nigga,
Bro.
see that?
Edge
What the
crazy.
fuck?
I saw Edge at Extreme Rules and I almost cried. That was crazy.
Nigga,
That was crazy.
Undertaker? Damn.
But yeah, Undertaker's number one. John Cena's number two.
Fantastic pick.
It's interchangeable. It depends on what day it is. Every time I see Cena, I like put him in number one again. But just because I love him so much. Cena's number two. This pick is biased because you already know I'm not going to mention the top 5 without mentioning the greatest man of all time, and that is Jeffrey Hardy.
I expected him to be number one.
I couldn't put him there just because I was trying to be as least biased, but I'm turning the bias back on again. Jeff will always be there for me because if it wasn't for Jeff, I wouldn't be watching wrestling. So there's no way I can keep him off any list. And even just like taking me out of it, I do think that him as a superstar he's extremely impactful. Whether you love him or hate him, you know he's a household name. Everything about Jeff, from the way he dresses, from the way he talks, the way he wrestles, it's extremely influential. You know,
He's one of the brothers. Yep.
Yeah, that's my dog. That's a black man right there. You know. Number 4.
He got Bertoligo. We're fine.
Yeah, he got the Michael Jackson. You know, he got the Michael Jackson.
That's crazy.
We're gonna talk about him too because
that's the goat. Number 4
We're
is
gonna do music after wrestling, though.
yeah.
okay. Number 4, I'm going to Sammy gonna like this one. I'm gonna put Randy Orton up there just because he is like a mainstay in my brain when I'm thinking of wrestling. Like some of the most insane things, like him punting Stephanie and I think of that on like a daily basis. Randy Orton is just like, he may not always be at my number 1 list, but damn, I can't think about wrestling without thinking about him. And whenever he retires, I'm gonna sob. Number 5. Number 5 is going to be one that I feel like no one has him on their top 5 list, and this is going to be a never biased pick. I ain't gonna cap. It's Raven.
Ooh.
I've always fucked with Raven. When I did the little 10 theory thing on TikTok, he is my comfort wrestler. I don't know why he is, because a lot of his matches are just extremely gruesome. And
Raven is that nigga though. He is.
Raven is that nigga.
Him.
I love Raven, you know. So it was just him. I always put him. I try to put him on my list every time I remember, just because he may not have the credentials as like an Edge or a Triple H or a Shawn Michaels or he doesn't have a WrestleMania main event 5-star, but I've loved his wrestling style, his whole aura as a superstar. I fucking love it. I've always had. I think the weirdest thing about it, when Raven was like on his way out of TNA, and I think one of his last matches, I don't know if it was his actual last match, he lost to Jeff, and it was during Jeff's heel run, and Jeff just happened to beat him on a random Impact episode, and that was the angriest I've been at Jeff. I never could boo Jeff ever. I've never booed him. I was so mad at Jeff that night when he beat Raven. Because it was like a 3-minute match. Raven was like outside of his prime. He whooped Raven's ass, and Raven wasn't even there half the time. Just like there, like physically, you know what I'm saying? It was a completely one-sided fight. I was so mad at Jeff for like a day. I'm like, why would you do that to my dog? And then it was like a retirement match. So if Raven lost, he had to go. Jeff beat his ass, and he gave him like that shoot swanton bomb where he lands all the way on them. Oh my God.
Fuck!
He didn't protect them. He just said,
I know which
"Bah."
one you talking about too. I saw KO hit one of those before. God.
I was, oh my god, I was so mad, but I got to put my TNA / ECW / WCW kind of love for Raven in there because
Mm.
I love Raven so much.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, taking that top 5, right?
Mm.
Excuse me, my lungs aren't the best.
You got that Goldberg smoke right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to be nice, but I know Loft's a straight edge mostly guy, so I don't want to put
More straight edge than CM Punk.
Hey man, I tried.
But taking that top 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would see John Cena, Undertaker, Jeff Hardy even as mainstays in most people's top 5.
Mm-hmm.
That also reveals a lot about the time period you started watching wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So tell me, if you can remember, what was the first professional wrestling match you have ever seen? What show was it on? And what made you hooked on it?
2007 SmackDown on UPN.
Ooh, you like me. You got it fast. I got you.
Yeah, that was like right before it switched over to My Network TV. Right before it switched over. God damn. I don't know if y'all can hear that. But
You are clear for takeoff.
that was a car. That was a fucking car, bro.
Oh, those are the street niggas right there.
Oh my god. But yeah, it was 2007 SmackDown right before they went off of UPN, like right before the Teddy Long wedding, right before that. That shit, SmackDown, UPN era SmackDown, man. If you've never seen that shit, y'all, please watch it because
It is the blackest shit ever, bro.
it was for
The
the
blackest
new.
shit ever.
Bro.
They had
And
Jeff Hardy.
I'm
That's how
not
you
even
know
gonna
Jeff
knock
Hardy,
my
one of the
TV
brothers,
era
man.
SmackDown. That shit was fire.
Man, My Network.
I know exactly what Loft is talking about with that My TV 2 channel. What was it? My TV 4?
For me, it was channel
Philadelphia,
20.
Stop playing.
I think I guess it just changes as like what area you're in. It was 17 over here, so that shit was like.
Yeah, for me it was channel 20. If you didn't have cable, I mean, yeah,
It was
if you didn't have
I'm
cable.
surprised it wasn't 4 because, I mean,
4 was
me and Loft
no, I
didn't
think
have
it
the same
was.
stream. I had to watch My TV Philadelphia.
Yeah, I think it was for me. It was 4 if you had antennas, but if you had cable, it was channel 20.
Yep. And we didn't even have cable, so that was like the only show we could watch for a little bit. We didn't get cable until like 2008, 9, I think. I think. But that's the reason why I didn't watch Raw because I didn't have USA Network until like mid 2010, I think. And all the Raws, I still watch like Raw back now because just watching shit I missed. God, I never knew. But yeah, I don't know where I don't remember what match it was. If I'm thinking of like the first like match I can remember, it definitely was like it was Jeff. That had to be like a year on because Jeff didn't really start his run until like 2008. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was something Jeff related, and it was at the time where he wasn't wearing face paint. Like sometimes during that time he wouldn't wear face paint, but he had the pyro, he had the music. I'm like, who is this cool dude dancing around? You know what I'm saying? And that was like I said, if it wasn't for him, I want to be a huge wrestling fan at all. So I remember what time period, but as far as like matches go, it was like, as far as I can remember, it was something Jeff related. So yeah, I think so.
I want to move into Wrestle Talk real quick. Right?
Oh shit.
And before we move in, firstly, I think I want to say something to Loft.
Got my drink already.
a lot of creators can relate to, and I just want to say this in front of everyone directly to him. The way you have managed to take whatever small platform TikTok has given you, and you've helped others elevate their brands, help them with videos, help them find where they can fit in the community, from the men to the women to even children. I've seen you get tagged in 8-year-olds videos, 7-year-olds videos, talking about how you're their favorite TikToker. And myself, I was on TikTok, like 200 followers, and Loft, happened to get yelled at by an old fuck with me, and that that helped me meet Loft and elevate my brand so much. So I speak for people like myself and others when I say thank you for taking such a small thing like TikTok and making it a mainstay for people where they feel comfortable and accepted in a part of a community and a group with something as obscure as professional wrestling.
Facts. I've said it before. I'll say it again. After I found Phil on Wrestle Talk and started joining this, motherfucker, when you followed me, I felt like I was followed by a celebrity. I was like, oh
Nah, for
shit,
real.
I made it. Lafnotfamous follows me. Let's
Like
go.
people really don't talk about like, yeah, we got him in MEP. We talk to him all the time. Oh, people in OTB will agree with you on this. Like the perspective Loft will give you on the game of social media and actually trying to attack this with energy and being the best you can be will change your directive and trajectory on whatever platform you are doing. This man is amazing in his understanding of Wrestle Talk, his understanding of what this community means. It's an inspiration, like Prodigy just said.
I can't put into words how much that I appreciate that. That's like that's my main purpose. Cause like Wrestle Talk is we all love it to an extent, but damn, is there some fucked up shit happening and that happened. Will happen, you know what I'm saying? Shit is gonna happen in the future, you know. But I always try to treat everyone at the same level because I know how quickly shit can just disappear, you know. So I try never I never want to look down upon people. I feel honored that people look at me in that way because I've spent so much time trying to figure out who I was in this, and now like especially when I love fucking talking about this because like I think about something new every time I talk about it. Fucking Tio. I love T so much because he's obviously younger than I am. I see so much of myself when I'm looking at his videos. It's so weird. It's not like a he's imitating me. It's just like a I don't know. I don't know what it is, but Sammy. but I watch these videos and it feels like I'm watching myself younger, but having more knowing what I'm talking about more. You know what I'm saying? Because he's hilarious. He's smart. He has delivery to his words. His content's great. So I watch him do that, and it's like, and he's told me before. I don't let him. I think I've told y'all I don't like when people tell me, "Oh, you're live. You inspire me." I don't like all that stuff. I don't see myself in that way. Like I'm not rich and famous. I'm not financially secure. I'm not none of that shit. But the fact that that people get a positive outlook from what I do, people don't have any idea. Excuse me. People don't realize how much that means to me. And I think when I tell my friends who've known me beforehand, my friends who've like watched me grow into this, they tell me all the time how it's like how weird it is, how like not weird in a bad way, but just how I told people I would do this, and now it's no longer just me. Now it's I try my best to help everybody because I want everyone to be successful, whether I agree with you or not on like a whose wrestler is better or who should have won a match. Um, I genuinely love everybody because it's just TikTok. You know what I'm saying? I think people forget that it's literally it wasn't meant.
It's a fictional world inside your phone.
You know, it wasn't meant for us to be talking about wrestling. It was meant for kids to be on there doing dances and shit. That's what what it is at its core. And the fact that everyone in this group are talented enough to create our own little bubble of like a little subsection of what we created as one, that shows how talented we are all as a whole. And whatever my place is in that. If some people have told me I'm number one, some people I'm not even on the list. If I internally I know what I've contributed and what I want to contribute and what I will contribute at my core. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what I want to do and I know what I want to build, but y'all have no idea how much those words mean to me because I spend a lot of time wondering when my time was gonna come. I don't even I'm not even near my like crowning moment. I'm nowhere near what I want to do with this. But until TikTok literally falls apart, I'm going to use it to every way I can because I've met y'all, I've met other beautiful people on there. I hope to meet all of y'all at fucking WrestleMania. It was like when I met Phil, we came here
I'll
for
be
Raw.
there.
That shit was the weirdest experience ever. It was just I've only talked to him over a phone, so seeing him, it was like he exists. He's real, you know. So now, I was like, okay,
It really is. It's crazy.
it's the weirdest thing seeing people that you only talk to over a screen, see them right there, you know, and it's like I remember even at that show, some random big ass dude when we were leaving the Extreme Rules show. Damn, he was like, Olaf, I love your videos. I'm like, what the fuck, nigga? I didn't know who he was, but I didn't realize that like now that is what this is now. Like even when I was waiting in line for the show, people coming up to me taking pictures. I'm seeing other TikTok creators and they're taking pictures. That was like my first experience of like, oh, like this is actually happening. You know, like this is actually, I'm doing something now. You know, and now it was like, and my friend was with me at that show, and he's been with me for the whole time. He was with me in high school and shit. So even we talked about it. He was like, damn, like they called you a whole types of bitches in high school, and now you're like, now I get congratulations and I get all this stuff, and I tell people what I'm doing. And I show people what I'm doing. I'm getting to speak to wrestlers that I never thought I would speak to. Like fucking Nikita followed me, and I almost damn near melted in myself. Fucking, I had a conversation with R-Truth, and that was like, that was weird, and just everything that has come from this, I try to take like very like I try to put it in a very minuscule aspect because I know how quick, like I said, all of it can be erased. You know, so I try to leave as much of a positive impact as I can on everyone who sees something in me. So whenever this stuff ends, they can say at least something. At least Loft did something. You know what I'm saying? Loft put his stamp here. Loft made his stamp on like someone else's life. Or when I get DMs and people tell me how much I inspired them and shit, sometimes I don't even know how to react to it because you never really prepare for that. It just happens one day and you move on. And like I remember when I showed my mom the first video of when I followed I forget it, I'm forgetting his name at the moment. Mr. Beck. I followed him and he's an amazing creator as well. He was like crying. And the video is on his page. He like uploaded it. And like, first of all, for you to have like the you wanted to show people your actual emotion about this. And it's not even like something crazy. It's literally just me following you, and that made you cry. I was like, damn, I'm actually doing something now. So that's why I can't stop now. I'm already inspiring so many people, and people tell me all the time, oh, when Lyle follow me as a celebrity, I never know how to react to that. Like even when TJ said it, I never know how to process that because I know what I'm not a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that. That the whole Lafnotfamous thing is literally that. You know, I'm not what this is, but for me to be giving this positive impact on people, I cherish it and I try my best to be the best version of myself. Every mistake I've made in my life, every mistake I will continue to make in my life, I try my best to be not only the best Lafnotfamous, but the best Lafayette, because those two things coincide. And I think when you see people on the internet, you see him as a personality, and you forget that once that phone turns off, once the camera turns off, they are a totally different person that has a life. You know what I'm saying? So I thank y'all so much for the kind words. Y'all have no idea how much this has changed my life. Y'all have no idea how much that means to me. I thank y'all for real. Everybody is just I love that. You know what I'm saying? I love this. I love everything that I'm blessed enough to have and what I'll be blessed enough to get in the future. Um, I appreciate y'all more than anything, dog. I appreciate it for real.
Yeah, you
Of
really are
course,
the
man.
inspiration.
Yes.
Of course, this doesn't come from a place of ego or anything. It's the truth. We've in the group chats and lives have been pushing you to accept your flowers more because you've, in a way, you and Phil are the foundation of MEP.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are the platform in which we were able to grow and build a bubble out of the community we have. We often joke about the community being divided in two ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if we were to take a certain idiot's perspective into mind, right?
Fucking bitch.
Well, damn.
You would
Sorry.
be the leader or the face of this side of TikTok because you mean that much to everyone who's met you, whether it's Lafnotfamous or Lafayette. The amount of acceptance you've been able to bring to MEP with the variety of different characters and
Yeah, he's handsome.
personality changes you see on and off TikTok. That too.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. I wish I had more words to fully explain like what I feel at the moment. Aiden, relax.
Calm down.
Can't see my famous, bro. What the fuck?
But
um.
Hey, yo!
different. That's something that happened that happened on Twitch. And we're
Sexual
not going to talk about
chocolate.
that happened on Twitch. We're not going to talk about that day. We're not
This
going to talk.
nigga said sexual chocolate. bro.
chocolate out there.
It happened on Twitch. We were listening to Sierra songs. I was feeling sensual. I'm sorry. I was feeling sensual that night. But anyway,
What?
Hold up, wait. Let me see if I can. Please tell me I can add in this video real quick.
you had the
Yes, of course I have the fucking video.
what video do you have?
If you have the video, you can add it as an overlay. Add it as a
I got you.
oh sorry, as a video clip, and it should let you
Uh-oh.
play it. While he does that,
Mm-mm.
oh, he's gonna look for it. Okay, a lot of people had the Sierra video. I just want you to know that they're all saying it in the comment.
Really?
Yes.
You
Yep.
talking about when I was doing
I think I've been sent this video before. Hold up.
you talking about the one when I was doing the AUG battles on Twitch?
No,
I think so.
Hold up, wait. Let me. I know I got it somewhere. Give me a second. If not, I will go in our chat and get it again.
Like, there's no way you have that. The AUG battle one. God, I didn't.
Oh,
I-
Prodigy says he has the Ox Battle one.
Yeah, that one is not even uploaded. Like it's not even on my Twitch anymore. I'm like, how'd y'all get that one? I know Prodigy.
I'm about to say Prodigy be screenshotting shit.
I know.
All he gotta do is send it to Zay.
Oh
No,
yeah, y'all can send it to me at TSB4T.
Janet Jackson song. That's what it was. Ada. Yeah, we were listening to Janet.
Gyrating to a Janet song. Miss Jackson if you're nasty.
That was a fun night. I'm gonna do one of those again. That AUG battle shit was great.
Oh yeah, we gotta do another one of them, man. We
That
gotta
shit
do
was
it.
great.
Yeah. Did you find it?
I believe so. Oh, it must be an MP4 file.
Ooh.
Text it to me. I can transfer it real quick. I can
No.
convert it.
Don't transfer nothing. Don't know.
While we do
Yes,
that.
transfer
So
it.
a lot of stuff goes down in the Wrestle Talk side of things, and
Yeah.
you know we've seen the hierarchy stuff, the backlash from the Wrestle Talk Awards. Hell, you, me, Zay, and Deontay, we're going through some shit right now from motherfuckers out there. So how do you we said we're gonna get down dirty with this tell all. How do you handle it when these motherfuckers talk hot shit and like in your DMs, talk hot shit on Twitter and stuff, and then you'll be in a live, and then you'll see them pop in. How like what goes through your head in that moment? Because I know you. You're one of those humble guys, but I've also seen you get
Very
ready to
calm.
pop off at times. So
I
so
mean,
what goes
there's a
through
lot
your head?
out there that maybe people didn't catch on to because the conversation on it only exists between us, certain songs,
Yeah.
videos.
Oh, don't worry. When we do my interview, I'm airing all that shit out.
Oh
All
My
of
shit.
it.
interview is gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun because I'm
Um,
not holding back.
Oh, I won't
A
have
lot.
shit to air out then because it's gonna be in yours.
um, I was talking. That's weird. I was talking to Phil about it last night. Um, I don't have any issue with anybody. Um, I love everyone. I if I find I told people this when I first started TikTok, when I first got my first when I got my first like real platform, I was like, if y'all ever catch me, hold on, damn car drove past.
I know that look. That's that they creeping past. I gotta make sure y'all ain't on that fuck shit. That's what that
Yeah,
look was.
they coming by a little too slow, Ray.
I was
Give
like,
them
hold
credit.
up, hold up.
But nah, um, I don't have any issue with anybody. I don't have any beef with anybody. If I find myself getting in that, I told everyone before, I was like, if y'all find me over here getting mad over TikTok or Twitter, grab me and slap the shit out of me because I I know people who have died for worse. You know, I've talked to people who like I'll tell them about some TikTok shit happening. They're like, bro, there's actual shit happening back home. There's actual bad shit happening, and you talk about like this TikTok shit. I'm sitting there like, you're right. You know, um, I try my best to stay quiet when all the arguing and stuff is going on because I don't have any time to argue over anything. I and I'm gonna tell y'all this, y'all three here, see y'all face. Stop for real. Just like don't. I know it's like in the moment it's like um yeah you got to go back and forth with them. We got to show them this shit is not serious. This shit is it's literally we're arguing about wrestling, and of course it can get it can expand upon that, and people get called out their name, and then now you got to go and talk about it. I'm so past that. I had that once happen back 2 summers ago, and I was sitting there. I was like, why am I getting so tight over this? Like why are we fighting over like some wrestling shit, bro? And it's like I don't care if you're not a part of my group or who's part of this group. We're not in gangs. We're not in sports teams. We're not in any shit that we need to compete. I know everyone says this. I genuinely want all of us to be like successful together. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't give a fuck who it is, because everyone who I've seen like get in arguments with, it breaks my heart because I love these niggas too. But then I see them arguing with my friends and shit, but they're my friend as well. It's just I'm watching friends fight against friends, and now it's a point where like, all right, Laf, now you got to pick sides. I'm not picking shit. You know what I'm saying? Because both sides are acting stupid. I don't want anyone to be in a scenario where you're mad at somebody else, especially over some wrestling shit. If they say something about your mom, if they like slash the wheels on your car, then you can get mad at them. You know what I'm saying? There's real shit happening, but over wrestling, bro. No, I understand. We are very opinionated. We all are content creators. We all have our own egos and personalities and shit that we feel passionate about. But y'all gotta stop arguing on the internet. You gotta stop acting like not saying like y'all too, but I'm saying like y'all as in like everybody. Um, we're not here to just fight each other because at the end of the day, we're all in the same subsection of TikTok. We all in the same family. You know what I'm saying? No matter how many disagreements we have, no matter how much shit people say about the other, y'all will never catch me personally doing that. And if I have done it in my past, I apologize to anybody I have, and I tell that to people to their face. If I ever went out of bounds and said something I shouldn't have said, I apologize again now. And I'll never catch myself doing that shit again, ever, because I have too many friends that I've seen die over some real shit that happened, and that takes you away when you're like, he passed away over some real shit, and I'm over here mad over TikTok, bro, over some shit that's going to go away if the TikTok app just dissolves, bro. No, y'all never catch me arguing over anybody over the internet. Absolutely not, because half of the people that I'm arguing with I've never met. If I do meet them, it's not going to be on some time to fight. No, it's like we can have a man to man or a man to woman conversation or whoever. We can have a conversation about why I was mad, why you were mad, and let's talk about it and then squash this shit, bro. Because at the moment that someone like, it's like, I remember back when I was younger, I had an argument with somebody. It was in school. It was one. He was younger than me, and like we used to get like arguments over basketball because that was like the main thing. Like basketball was just like what we used to do all the time. And a few years later, after we all graduated, I would still talk to him from time to time. There was always like that animosity in the back of my head because we used to go at each other when we were playing basketball, but it was always over that. But sometimes it would spell out after basketball was over. We would argue, and we never fought physically, but it was always like a rivalry kind of thing. And I woke up one day and he died, and he unfortunately, it was by his own hand. And I sat there and I thought about that. I was like, fuck. I didn't even like. I would say like happy birthday to him and something like that because like as we got older, I didn't really hate him. There was no more hate there, you know. When we were younger, it was there, but as you got older, you realize shit isn't that serious. And I was like, damn, I never even got to have like that full conversation, just apologizing to him. Like, I never got to have that I'm sorry moment because now he's gone. So, it took a lot out of me because I felt responsible and not even do anything. But I felt so responsible for the fact that I never had a chance to tell someone, not only who was younger than me, but someone who I just used to go at so much back and forth, that I love him. It was never no real hate shit. I saw him as a little brother in a way. So when I woke up and then my sister called me on the phone crying and tell me he's dead, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Who he did to himself? I'm like, what the fuck? How? And next thing you know, it's over, you know? So once I had that moment, it was like, I'm never arguing over something on TikTok. I'm never on Twitter. Twitter's not a real place, by the way, but I'm never arguing over Twitter or internet. Fuck that shit. If we ever get into a point where we're going back and forth too much, I'ma just stop. I'ma just stop because there's no way in the world that I'm going to allow something that is so artificial affect how I'm feeling on a day-to-day basis on my school, when I was still in school, when I'm going to work, when I'm talking to my family. I'm never going to let that shit do that because I love everybody too much. Argument or not, the biggest Roman Reigns fan on TikTok who doesn't give a fuck what I say when I'm on there threatening him every day, I love them too, because at some point we're in the same family. We all like wrestling, right? We may not see it the same way, but we all love it in the same way. I don't have the time to be arguing with niggas. If you want to be mad, cool, be angry, but I'm not gonna give that anger back at you because we're not making anything positive here. And I refuse for my last conversation again to be negative. Then I wake up and they're fucking dead because that hurts me. That physically fucking hurts me every single day. It hurts too much. One of my first tattoos, I'm gonna get his name. I want to get it like on my collarbone or something like that because I miss that nigga, bro. And it hurts too much that I never got to have that conversation. I'm sorry. So especially if I argue with someone on TikTok and then have them back and forth, no, I refuse. Even if it never comes to that terrible scenario, I'll never make myself or anyone else feel like I hate them. I'll never put that negativity out there ever again. Everything that I want to do, whether it be me, even if I'm like being extremely aggressive on like a wrestling take on TikTok. I don't hate anybody. I can't find in my heart anymore to be angry at people, especially over some shit like that. Like I said, if someone say something about your mom, you know what I'm saying? What's up? But over fucking who likes Rey Mysterio or not? The fuck out of my face. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because whatever the fuck you believe in, God, whoever the fuck, even if you don't believe in that shit, there is something that outside of our actual selves, we have a soul inside, and our souls are not meant to be fighting with each other. You know, our souls are not meant to be just all the time, because that shit, it tears you up inside. It tears you up inside. And when I sat down and realized that, like, now I have this part of my life, part of my heart that has been ripped from me, and I never got a chance to mend it. It hurts too much. So I know whether you love me or hate me or agree with my takes or not, arguing on the internet, no. I'll delete every fucking account I have before y'all find me getting angry again. I'm telling y'all this, the two of y'all here and everyone here before, y'all find me arguing over somebody on TikTok on some real shit, like, tell me to shut the fuck up. Just say it, and I won't take offense to it, because I'm like, oh damn, I'm my fault. You know, it's gonna take me out of it. But there's too much real shit going on in this life to be angry over anything like that. There's too much. I don't care how much we don't like certain people in our community, whatever they did wrong. I don't associate with those people, because it's just I know what they bring. But to be like, oh fuck them, no, I don't have that in my heart anymore. I don't. I know who I associate with. I know who I don't associate with. I don't pick sides anymore. I'm not picking sides on who's right and who's wrong. This is what this shit is for. You know what I'm saying? It is over. There's more important things beyond TikTok. There's more important things beyond YouTube. More important things besides fucking Twitter. There's more important things than being canceled. Or there's more stuff important than that. Life goes on once you turn your phone off. You know what I'm saying? That's why I have no social media apps on my phone on like a week-to-week basis. I'll delete them. I hate having social media on my phone, because it takes too much out of you. And the fact, at some point, if it makes me feel like it's making me angry or making me feel a certain way or like destroying my mood, I'll get that shit out of my life, bro. And I'll be perfectly fine if one day, when I'm rich enough and I have a nice house, I have a nice wife, dog, kids, and I can sit down and be like, you know what? I can sit down and I can be calm and know that through everything that I created, everything that we did, I was and I survived. Sammy, I love you. Stop. But just all of that, you know what I'm saying? I want to have that moment where remember Thanos at the end of the movie when he was sitting there, he was like,
he's like,
He said he
I
just
wanna
wants the
sit.
Thanos moment. I feel you.
I
Though.
want to have that moment of just like, it's done, and then I can gracefully back up from it. But if we're looking at all that shit on like a list, and it says at some point, Laf argued with local person here, I don't part of my transcripts. I do not want that a part of my. And if it is now, it'll never be what I am now. I grew up from that, and like I said, life goes the fuck on. And I love everyone, especially people I've met off of TikTok, way too much to be arguing with y'all over anything that isn't something that is like actually serious and actually means something. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, wrestling means something to us because we love it so much. But to be arguing over that shit, no, I'll never do it again. And that's just my outlook on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to dictate anyone else's feelings. If you feel like you got something to say, you let that off your chest. Me personally, I'm never doing that shit ever again. And like I said, if you ever catch me doing something like that, tell me to shut the fuck up, because I'm obviously there's something wrong in my brain for a minute. But I can't. I can't. Never again.
To extend that, you do try to get us to shut the fuck up a lot. I can say personally.
Hey man, you grown. You got it. You know what I'm saying?
that
Live your life.
I get a lot of messages in group chats and whatnot from Loft just being like, as you were, niggas stop. Or I believe once he told me to shut the fuck up because I was damn near ready to physically attack this nigga. But it is commendable that you try to bring that energy to others, despite, you know, some of us being more hard-headed, TJ. But
Wait a minute. Wait, whoa.
That's
Calm
crazy.
down there, Paul. Out of us two, I'm the more calm one, alright?
that's not
Yeah.
true. But you know, people really don't think about what life is off of TikTok. You know,
Yeah.
like
Let's be.
they
Yeah,
don't
y'all
think
right. I'm
about
not
like
calm.
what when that camera turns off, what is going on mentally, what is going on physically. They only think about that when you bring it to camera, and that is why I try my best not to bicker, argue, fuss, fight, and whatnot, despite any situations occurring or not. Um, it's very important that you remember that life goes the fuck on, like you said, and it's really not worth it at all.
Yeah.
Your time is better spent doing stuff that you care about.
That's all it is. And I think, and I told I told her this the other night when we were talking. I told her to Sammy this the other night. I see a lot of personalities come and go on TikTok. I see a lot of creators come and go on TikTok. I know who's genuine and who's not. I know which ones I love and which ones I don't. She is one of the most genuinely, if not the most genuine, nice people I've ever seen in my entire life. And I feel this way about certain people, but Sammy's like the number one person just because she is just a light over a Wrestle Talk group that is at each other's throats a lot. You know what I'm saying? We argue with each other damn near every day, you know? But I told her this every night. I'm like, bro, I told her, I was like, in this life, I feel everyone at some point meets at least one angel, not an actual angel, but just someone who is living in that light of an entity. And I told Sammy, I was like, that's her for me. I think she's that angel that I've met in my life because she just radiates light all the time. And I never see her get mad and nothing. If she does, she knows how to hold it in. She doesn't let it out. I never see it like, oh fuck. She's never like that. But I love her so much because that she's positive, and I gravitate towards positive people more than anything because I'm trying my best to become a more positive person every day. So when I see someone who's already radiating that, whoa, fuck, you know what I'm saying? It opens my eyes to people. So I just want more people. I'm not gonna say more people to be like Sammy because there's only one Sammy, but I want more people to be in that positive outlook of shit, of just like shit's okay, you know, shit's all right, and it's okay to love everybody. It's okay to not pick sides. It's okay to not just be arguing. It's okay, you know. So I love I put Sammy at like a higher level sometimes. I love her so much just on base level just for that, you know what I'm saying? So she's inspired me in a way of just like, even when I catch myself getting angry, relax, calm down, shut the fuck up, go do something else, come at it at a different approach, chill. You know what I'm saying? It's just not that deep for real. Because like I said, there's people losing their lives over real shit, especially where I live at every day. You know, so that's just what I try to emanate that as much as I can. And I love Sammy for already having that energy when I first met her, and she has that energy towards everybody. It's not just like, oh, she fucks with life. No, she loves everybody the same way. And even if we can't tell, like in her brain, she may be thinking something else. She doesn't let that dictate how she is just as a genuine nice person. So that's just I wanted to give her that because I love her so much just on that. But yeah, man, there's too much negative shit going on to be damn. There's too much negative shit to be going on, negative shit going on to be angry over anything that isn't life or death. And none of this shit is life or death except life and death. So we move on. You know, we move on.
Pastor preaching.
Pass the Sugarfoot for a reason. Shit.
Jesus, no, man.
um, does anyone have any more wrestling questions, or are we ready to switch it up to la música?
Oh, I love it. Oh shit, I'm excited. I'm excited.
I can't really see what I'm saying. Trying to fucking tweak this damn logo real quick. And, anybody in the comments got questions about wrestling? Hmm?
Music time.
Actually, actually, real quick, I usually save this one for when we interview wrestlers,
Mhm.
but I think I could tweak it to work for you.
Okay.
I just had a motherfucker interview
Maybe when I said old nigga some tapes that.
finisher.
My fault, Aiden.
There we go.
Random one. I don't know.
All right, so Loth, if you
Yeah.
were a wrestler,
Okay.
what is the number one finisher that you would love to take?
Oh, damn. Well, you guys know I'm getting my match against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40, so I got. I
I'm
got
working. I'm working on making it happen. I'm working on it. Working on it.
yeah.
You know.
Uh, I have three. I have three that I haven't fully decided on yet.
Drop them. Go for it.
One is the V trigger slash with Mandy Rose's knee. I don't fuck with Mandy Rose that much, but that knee, man, and Kenny.
He said, "I want to take that shit."
I watch Kenny's V trigger compilations. I just watch them sometimes, like as I'm going to sleep. Cause that shit is, oh my god, that shit is, wow! I love that shit so much. He like catapults off the ropes and just, oh man, that shit's sick. So V trigger number one. Number two would have to be, Dragon Sleeper, like the Dragon Sleep, like
Oh,
right arm just yeah.
ah,
I love that. I think that's just sick. Slash guillotine. I love Roman's guillotine. I think in that match against Daniel Bryan, I love that match by the way on SmackDown. That's one of the best Roman Reigns matches I've seen in my life. That shit was so sick, bro. I don't fuck with Roman. I love that move.
he be looking like he about to rip their head off.
That shit is sick. And then number three would probably have to be I would say Swanton, but I've done a Swanton before and that hurt my back real bad. So I don't know if I want to do that. But I think I would probably go with that's crazy. Cause I think a lot of it has to do with like I'm not the tallest. Like I'm barely 6 foot. So a lot of moves like a choke slam or something, it wouldn't really hit if I'm like 6 foot tall and someone's taller than me. It'll look weird. But you know, I would look stupid. You know, I think yeah, I'm gonna go to Swanton. I'm gonna go to Swanton. It would just have to.
Okay.
It would have to deal with me like learning how to do it. And I've done the move so much times, like on a trampoline and in a pool. I would say RKO, but only thing is, I feel like only a few people can do an RKO like Randy can. Like I've seen people do cutters. God damn it! I've seen a whole bunch of people do like cutters and shit. There's only a few people that can do an RKO like he can, and there's only one person, and he's that person. You know, like I like DDT's cutter. I like Bully Ray should do a cutter back in like 2011. I'll fuck with his cutter, but I'll probably have to go Swanton Bomb just off of like it looks fun. It just looks fun, you know.
Now to switch it up, because I think I worded that one wrong. What is the number one finisher you would like to be hit with? That's why when you said V trigger, I was like, you want to get hit with a V trigger?
That's why I was like, this.
I was like,
What?
what?
What are you talking about?
Oh no,
I was like, oh my god.
no, that's just crazy. I want to get speared really bad because I know I can sell it. I want to get like off the rope spear, like come off the bang,
Like
bang.
the Carmelo shit where he did the springboard.
I want to get speared really bad, and I know it's not a finisher, but I want to get chopped by Gunther at one point. I want to, but I know I can take it. I know I can take it. Just one, not 18 like he did the Drew at WrestleMania. He fucked his chest up, but just one, just give me one, and I'll be set.
When we meet up in Mania, we're doing a chop battle.
Bet.
Y'all not beating me.
Yeah.
At that
Y'all can
point.
have that.
Y'all, I'm gonna chop the titties off y'all niggas, bro.
Boy, first time I get to you, I'm full forcing that shit. Full Gunther just. Bah!
As soon as you
I'm-
do that,
I'm telling y'all, bro. I'm gonna take all that training and all that execution. I'm gonna lay into y'all niggas. Y'all gonna hate me all weekend.
that's crazy.
Y'all can have that. I can.
So-
Y'all can have that.
What you got for your third one?
I want to get chokeslammed like off a ladder, like just like
Damn, dude.
remember what Undertaker? I mean, not no. I think did Undertaker do it?
He chokeslammed Shane through a table.
So I want to be on top of a ladder and then get chokeslammed off the ladder into tables, kind of. Yeah, I think that would be fun.
He
It
probably
probably
done
hurt.
it before.
Whoa. Oh, also, I think it was Sasha. I think either Sasha or Asuka took this spot on like a regular SmackDown. He was on the apron, and then it was like a sunset flip onto the outside. So they got power. It was like, bam, and like she took that shit.
That was Sasha.
It was a sunset flip. Yeah, it was Sasha right in the outside. Like sunset flip from the ring into on the outside. Oh my god, that shit looks so. It probably
Damn
knocked
near
my
killed Asuka.
I'm not even gonna ask
Oh.
what moves would he hate to take because this man said the most ridiculous shit.
Yeah.
It's not.
Oh, no,
even gonna be worth it.
If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. Crazy.
Well,
I feel that though.
yeah. Fuck it. Now, every single from the beginning of wrestling history to now, if you were a wrestler, I'm gonna set it up for you. Main event, WrestleMania 40, Roman and Paul already in the ring. You're about to come out. Who is your manager? We're saying even the ones that are dead, they're all alive. We're saying they're all alive in their primes, like Prime Heenan, Prime Jimmy Hart, all of that shit.
Stokely Hathaway.
Ooh.
That nigga going shit talk the whole way down to the ring.
Bro, he is the funniest person. He's one of the funniest wrestling personalities I've ever seen.
Boy.
He is NXT AEW. I don't care what he's doing. That dude he's like one of the few people that can make me start crying, laughing while I'm watching wrestling.
When he called Bryan Danielson a raggedy bitch, that shit.
Tears.
That
You
video when he was,
raggedy bitch.
he was
Oh
talking
my
to
god.
You raggedy bitch.
Oh my, yo, he's hilarious, bro.
I can see it right now. I could see it. Roman's in the ring with Paul. Fucking Samantha Irvin starts announcing. He goes, sit your little $5 ass down somewhere. I'm gonna do this. Now you big oily bitch in the ring with the L'Oreal hair. My man right here, sexual chocolate, about to come in there and put the paws on you. We don't care if you Samoa, because when you're done, you're gonna be salieving, bitch. I can see it right now.
I love him so much. I
Okay.
want to
Okay. To
My whole
slightly
life.
switch
my
the
whole life.
question, okay? Same scenario, right?
Mm.
You're down to the ring.
Mm.
Who is your
shit.
manager? Wrestle Talk personalities.
Oh,
So like one of the people who's like actually a creator on.
Yes.
I got 3. I can't lay on one. Oh God, I keep on saying this. All right. Actually, no. Number one, Mia. Mia.
Oh,
That's a good one.
that's a
Mia.
good one.
Mia.
Hey,
Don't tell her I said that because she gonna.
nigga, she probably in the chat.
No, don't tell her I said that. But Mia, dog, because I ain't never ever seen someone as like I don't even know what word she is. She's if they just like gave her a mic, she would just rip through everybody, and there's no buffer time in her brain. Like I remember we argue about Nikita all the time. Usually I can talk back and forth with people. I can get you on your toes. I'm trying different tactics and stuff. I can't. I'm like, why can't I get her on the rope? She's just like bam, bam, bam. I'm like, uh-oh.
Oh,
This ain't working. I'm about to lose. Cause now she's as sharp as I am, maybe a little bit sharper. She's quick and she hits and she don't think. She's just bam, bam. And it's I if I had her as a manager, I don't have to do nothing. I'm just sitting there. And she just go ahead.
Boss was like, y'all got it.
I
Y'all got it.
already won the match. She would win mentally already. All I gotta do is go in there and perform. She would win halfway down the ring. Cut a promo. I'll just sit there. I'll sit there in the background, like Brock used to do. Just sit there and look. That's all I gotta do. It's just because she got it. She got it. So
Brock, you gonna say anything? Paul already did it.
they said it. I'm about to go home now. That's about it. That's all I gotta do. She's fucking awesome now. I love Mia. She's fucking awesome.
Mia is the fucking best.
I'll be.
You said it like you had more. You said number one. You got more up in there? What you got? You got a clip you about to unload, my boy?
I had a few, but I want Mia to be the only one. That's my undisputed one because all the other ones
Okay.
they're like honorable mentions. I don't think any of them could do it as good of a job as she could.
That's fair. That woman.
Apart from everyone in our group and like a few other people, but Mia's number one hands down. So this yeah,
Okay.
gotta be.
Okay, now let's get into this music shit. You feel me?
Uh-oh.
Cause
Let's hit him with a fair transition here.
Uh-oh.
Same scenario.
oh, I think I know what
The
you're going
song
with.
playing.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, where we going with this?
Mania
You're in the
40.
same scenario.
Yeah.
Mania 40, Roman's in the ring.
Yeah.
Mia's talking on the mic. She's
Yeah.
done. What song hits now?
I think I know what he's about to say. And if it is, Philly's on their fucking feet.
All right, so I thought about this. I have a playlist on my Spotify of just like wrestling songs I would come out to. And I told Weaver that I wanted to use "Enemy" by Imagine Dragons. I love that song.
Oh.
I think of like I have it totally choreographed in my head, like the lighting and the pyro. I know how I would do everything with that song. That song is fucking awesome. So I think that'd be number one. Number two would probably be. I'll have to put Dreams and Nightmares at some point because
Yeah, it is.
that's the. Whenever that song comes on here, just people start yelling and screaming and that gets the energy up. You know what I'm saying? I think number three would probably be. I think if I was like in a retirement match, it would be that version of Undertaker's theme with Johnny Cash.
Ain't no grave.
Oh, that shit is
Hold
sick.
my body down.
That shit is so sick. That shit is so sick, bro. Judgment Day's theme, obviously, I think that's one of the best themes I've ever heard in my entire time watching wrestling. That's my top three. It's up there with Jeff and Triple H. Randy Orton's first theme, the "Hey, nothing you can." I know he didn't like it. I love that song so much.
That was a banger.
Yeah, "Enemy" by Imagine Dragons. I think that would be my number one. And if I get to like transition it to like some like Uzi or some Meek or shit, oh. If I get like a cool mix in there and it flips, holy shit, yeah.
Now, since we're on music,
Mm.
if you could pick one of your own songs to play
Ooh.
you down at WrestleMania, which one would it be?
Damn. I made a song back in 2017. I forget what the fuck was that? I think the song was called Infamous. I think the song was called that song because that was one of the first songs that I wrote in full with like a really like I like songs that have like intros, then they lead into a grand scheme, and then they have an outro. That's what that whole song had. I gotta find the song again because the song is like deep in my YouTube, but that song is like it. I, if I can find it, I'll send it to y'all. But it's very raw. It's terribly mixed. I told you I made it on a Walmart phone in a freaking sound bar in my grandmother's living room. But that song that's probably I'll probably pick that song. I love that song, but I love that I wrote that. Yeah, I love that.
Okay, TJ, shoot some questions.
All right. Now, okay, just to give other people a chance, excluding him, because we're gonna talk about him in a bit. Top 5 musical artists all time, excluding him, because otherwise it ain't fair to nobody. If we want to be real about it.
All right, number one is Drake.
Okay.
Drake was my introduction to rap. Along with my second person, which is Ye. I know he's batshit crazy now, but
He made
his
graduation.
you know
He made graduation.
graduation. So his impact on my like music taste. Kanye and Drake were just number one, and number two. They're interchangeable at today though. I may not. I terrified of him as a person now, but as I was growing up, Kanye was the shit. Number three would be Wayne because I think Lil Wayne is probably he's one of the most technically gifted rappers I've ever heard in my life, and also he's part of the introduction to music for me. Number four would probably be Kendrick. I think Kendrick has made the best hip hop album. I think Spin My Butterfly is the best hip hop album ever created. And I think he made that. So Kendrick absolutely. And number five, I would probably give it to Nicki Minaj. I'll probably give it to Nicki Minaj. No matter how people feel about her, I feel like she is still she's still a huge impact to like what music is, not only for like music as a whole, but music for women. And for her to be like in that sense, with her being like the only female rapper rapping along with the men and rapping better than the men half the time. Nicki. I think that's also interchangeable with X. And I have my thing with X is a little bit deeper because when he first came out, I used to be I'm still a huge Drake fan, but I used to be like a blind Drake fan, like one of them Drake stans who think he's like just the best thing ever. And X and Drake obviously had like a feud going on, and I hated X. And I didn't even know why I hated him. I just hated him because I knew Drake hated him. It was like I was like in high school. I just hated X because Drake hated him. And then one day I'm sitting out, I'm like, what does his music even sound like? Like why is Drake hating this dude so much? I go and listen to X's music, man. I was blown away. I'm like, yo, he's fucking amazing. And the sad thing about it, like 6 months later, after I realized like he skyrocketed up my favorite artist list so fast, and I listen to X every day now. He's still for like past 6 years he's been on my top listened to artists on like Spotify and shit. I love X with everything in my heart, but like 6 months after I like actually probably like a year after I figured out like I love this guy, he dies. So I'm like, damn, you know. And that hurt me on a different level too because he was in our age group. Like he would have been like 22 now.
Yeah.
or like maybe a little bit older than me. So that X it always has that part in my heart because it also makes me sad about like how much I hated dude and I didn't have any reason to hate him. And so I realized what he was actually saying, and he was beyond his time. And like the fact that I got the fact that I was like lucky enough to be in that generation of like when Look at Me came out, and then like when he was like crazy, and then when he cut his hair, and then the blue hair, and then he was like for that last few months of his life, he was trying to redo everything bad he did, try to make himself a better person. I'll never let anyone tell me a negative thing about X ever again because there's something about X that is like in my heart as well, and he's gonna be always up there for me just off of me remembering what he was and I seeing a little bit of myself in him. I miss him more than anything, so he's got to be up there as well. I know that's
I had a
I put X. I have to mention X in there, you know.
I had a very similar experience with X where I didn't really like him at first for like
Yeah.
quite a long time, and then when the eyebrows went, I gave him one more attempt. It was like I think it was Ghetto Christmas Carol,
Oh my god!
and I
Oh,
was like, "Hold up, this shit hard. Wait a minute.
he's amazing.
Hold up,
dog.
this shit hard.
He
Hold up, that shit hot.
he was amazing, bro. I miss that dude, for real.
Mm.
Yeah, gotta be. Juice
Alright.
too. Like, when Juice died, I was working at Dollar General. I cried during my shift.
Oh.
I was hurt. When Juice died, I was so hurt, bro.
Niggas was distraught over Juice, bro.
Bro, my girlfriend broke
Juice
up with me.
loves that nigga, man.
My girlfriend broke up with me the same day, and I was on Snapchat. I was like,
Oh!
I hope today.
Damn.
I was walking to work. Now I was on Snapchat. And I got the video still. I was like, I hope today's a good day. My girlfriend just broke up with me. 3 hours later, my coworker, she's like, Juice WRLD down. I'm like, what? What you said to me?
Nigga, what did you just say to me?
I'm in there stocking tomato soup on the shelves and shit for $7.50 an hour. Nigga said Juice died. I fell to my knees in aisle 6. I was pissed. I was like, no.
No.
I stopped working. I sat there I sat there on the floor and I was hurt. My boss walked over. He was like, "What happened?" I was like, "Nigga, Juice WRLD died." He didn't know who he was, but he saw I heard I was.
Juice WRLD.
He was like, "Fuck." He was like, "The juice is right there." I was like, "No."
The juice is right there. Well, yeah, the juice is right there.
On aisle 5,
Keep
man.
going, man. That was a bad day, bro. That was a really, really bad day. But I miss Juice a lot too. Man. He's the best freestyler I've ever seen in my life, by the way. Absolutely top 1 freestyler ever. That's his machine. Yeah.
Oh man. All right, so let's get into him. Before we get into him, here's how I want to transition this.
Mm.
What I'm pretty sure everybody remembers exactly where they were. So, Lof, where were you June 25th, 2009?
At my pool. Well, I just got home from at the pool. I had a pool. There's a pool in my complex. It's like for the whole community and shit, big in-ground and shit. I just got home from the pool. It was like he died around 3, I think 3:15, around 3:15, 3:13 is when it like confirmed his death on like CNN. I remember that day. I remember every aspect of that day. Like waking up and then going to sleep. Oh my god! But I came home. I just got out the shower, and I turned the TV on, and it was on. It wasn't even on the news channel. It was like on some like ABC or some shit, and they just cut it. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then every time since then, like when they do the breaking news, something bad happened. Like when they cut off like the soap operas, some shit went down. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, I came in the house for a little bit. I came in the house to like get something to eat and then go back out to the pool. So I'm sitting there, bro. That dude said Michael Jackson in a coma. I said, I was like 9, and at the time,
who's in a coma?
Bro, I just figured out who Michael Jackson was 8 months prior. I just figured out who Michael Jackson. I was like 8 when I figured out he died when I was 9. I'm like, huh? and at the time I'm young, so I didn't even really I wasn't really like processing death the way I'm still like young. I knew what death was, but I didn't know how to process it when like I fell in love with Michael Jackson that quick, and then a few months later he's gone. So it was like I feel like that's been like a lot of points in my life where like something happens and I fall in love with something and then it immediately gets taken away from me, and I never understood why, but I just assume that's what it is for me. But
Mm.
damn, that was a tough day. I cried a lot. My mom was hurt because obviously my mom grew up with him, so she saw him on the incline. Um,
Mm.
so that was a bad day. That's one of the worst days. Like I don't like using the worst day of my life, but that probably was like the worst day of my life. I was hurt for a very, very long time, and especially since I fell in love with something. So he's like beyond rap. He's music for me. There's never going to be another one. There is no generations Michael Jackson. I hate hearing that. Oh, Chris Brown is no, he's not.
No,
There's to be. I love Chris Brown, but there's never going to be someone as influential as Michael Jackson. There's never going to be someone as famous, and you shouldn't want to be as famous as Michael Jackson because he couldn't go anywhere. He couldn't do shit. He went to a hotel and had people out there waiting for him to do a dance, and he was just there to sit at a hotel. But he would have. For him to be that famous with no social media, I don't think people realize that. No one knew he was going to be there. By word of mouth,
that is
a million
fucking
people
insane to
outside
think
the
about too.
hotel in less than an hour. There was no tweet. He didn't say, I'm staying here tonight. You didn't know Michael Jackson was there until someone told you. So someone had to tell you and then call him on the phone and then tell them there's 100,000 people outside your door. You're not performing. You're not doing the concert. He's just staying there. They are here now. And he couldn't go to the store. He couldn't relive his childhood because his childhood got taken away from him because of what his father made him do. And while that possibly could have been something that made him as great as he is, it fucked up his brain too. And then for the last years of his life, they were trying to accuse him of something that he didn't do. For the last years of his life, he was getting tormented for like the last 2 or 3 years of life. He was on fucking trial, until they finally got rid of him. But like I feel like a lot of those stuff, last stuff didn't even really get dropped until after he died. And it was just it's too much, bro. Michael Jackson is music. You can throw your Beyonce, your Chris Brown, Drake, Kanye, whoever you're going to throw. There is no bigger superstar musician better than Michael Jackson. Point blank. Period. That's just what it is. That's not an opinion. That's just a fact. We can go off of sales, views. He did all this shit with no promo, no social media, just word of mouth and commercials. That's it, So, like, come on, like that dude popped up on the Super Bowl, stood there for 15 minutes, and they were passing the fuck out.
He's him, bro. He's him.
Don't tell me about no Taylor Swift. Don't tell me about none of that. Obviously, they all have their respective fan bases, and they crazy. No,
Especially Swifties.
Boy, them Swifties, boy. Ooh.
Boy, I'm a Swiftie myself, and I can tell you, some of them motherfuckers.
No. Them Nicki Minaj fans, dog.
Oh, don't even get me started on the Barbs. Oh my god.
I'm with them. I'm a Barb too. Shit, I'm with them. But no, I've never seen one man walk out there. No man, woman, I don't care what. Walk out there, look, and people are just passing out like he just touched them. Like he just like looked at him like he was like holding their hand or something. Like he was close enough to touch. He's yards away. Them being in the presence is too much for their body to handle.
Mm.
You're never gonna get that again. You're never gonna get that again.
And like you said, you don't want to.
You don't because his life was not as glamorized as it looked on TV. Everyone's like Michael Jackson. You don't want that type of fame because you can't do anything with it. There's no happiness in that, and he said that multiple times, but people didn't listen because they were dancing. But he was telling you multiple times he wasn't fucking happy. There's too much bad shit going on in his life. People trying to take money from him. The FBI trying to accuse him of shit. people telling him that he's not black and all this shit. Oh, you're ugly. You're this and that. But he's no one is ever going to have that ever, and that's why he's just number one, undisputed. I don't care how long we go, years later, Michael Jackson is the one, undisputed, and you can't take him off because
Nope.
the world isn't like that anymore. The world will never let someone get as famous as Michael Jackson because something will happen. They won't. They will never ever let that shit happen again. It's a different world now. But
Facts.
yeah.
So, with that, do you have a favorite Michael album?
I'm gonna say Dangerous because I love the production of that. It sounded like a rock album, but it wasn't. I love the cover. That's my favorite Michael Jackson cover ever, undisputed. I think my different Michael Jackson albums go through every day. I listen to me. I hate when people like get an album and they like press shuffle. I hate that, bro. You gotta
Oh,
listen from
you
top
have to listen to it.
to bottom. That's my number one pet peeve. Top to fucking bottom. Top to bottom, the most concise is Thriller. Because if you look at that album, like if you look at Thriller, some of he dropped 8 smashes in one album. So he just drop. No, who else can do that? You can think of
Nada.
there's nobody. You can think of any rapper, any singer.
There's no one else who has a pure hit album.
Facts.
And people like to underrate how much of a hit album that was. But like, look, I'm gonna put it right. Look at this shit. Look at this shit right here. Want to be starting something? Hit. Baby Be Mine. Hit. Girls Mom Paul McCartney. Hit again. Thriller. Super duper hit. Beat It hit. Billie Jean hit. Human Nature hit. PYT hit. Lady in My Life hit. That's 9 tracks.
That is also to end it with Lady in My Life, coming off of that fucking high from the rest of the shit. Ugh. He really said, I just took all y'all motherfuckers to bed.
And listen, that was that came out in 82. That's still either number 1 or number 2. I'm pretty sure it's number 1 still.
It's number 1. Also, he just sold 500,000 units in the past 2 weeks, and he's been dead 14 years. And y'all are still trying to compare people to this man?
There is none.
Come
ever.
on.
Find me one rapper, singer that had it. Hit. The album didn't go over an hour. It was 42 minutes, so he got in, got out, and dropped 9 of his best songs in one recording session. Are you stupid? Who are you talking to right now? Stop it. Stop. I love Drake to the end. I would defend Drake to the end of time. Drake can't even do that shit because no one can. You cannot.
Like
nobody can.
Like it's not even a conversation if we're being real.
Because you don't talk about no one. And that may not even been his fucking, you know, but no, absolutely not, bro. Thriller is definitely my number 1. As far as design goes, as far as production goes, I'll probably say Dangerous. I hate all of the albums that came out after he passed away because they're not him, and it's just Sony trying to get some money. I gave him a chance with the album that came out in like 2010, the Michael album. I bought that album, and while there were some songs that I like on there, they all sound unfinished. And I hate when labels unreleased. I hate when labels release posthumous tracks because it's not them. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, putting Lady in My Life at the end of that. I studied music. Part of what I was doing in college was studying music. The biggest thing about having a good album is having a high, a low, and having a story being told from top to bottom. You start off with a high, and then you end off with a low. So he just told you a story. It was a complete chronological form. The nigga was wearing a hoodie that looked like a suit.
Thank you. And we just discovered that this year.
I was astonished. I was like, "What do you mean?"
They said, "Yo, don't look back at that album." I said,
"Huh?
Oh, you got to be kidding me, man!"
That's the coolest dude ever, bro. That's the coldest dude ever, bro. Coldest dude ever, bro. You're not getting better.
And I'm gonna put money by next year's prom. The suit hoodie gonna be popping.
Mm-hmm. Someone's gonna have it. Someone's gonna have the suit hoodie. I don't know where you get it. I don't know how much it is. It's probably a whole bunch of money, but someone's gonna have the suit hoodie, and I don't know, but
Y'all better rock it. Y'all better make it look good if you do. Because if you get that shit and it looks ass, we gonna whoop your ass.
coldest dude ever.
Yeah. Also, can we talk, y'all? We talk about King of Petty. Not only was he the king of pop, Michael was the king of petty.
Oh, for real.
Eminem talked shit on this man's name once in 2005. What did Michael do? Can you get it for me? You can? Thank you. Michael Jackson bought the rights to Eminem's catalog. Bro!
Now I own your music and the beat.
Eminem wasn't even dead! And he just bought the rights!
Listen, chat. If you're doing music, own your masters. When you get signed to a record label, do not sign a 360 deal. Sign a distribution deal and own your masters, because someone can come around and just take your shit. Now they own you. Now dance.
That's what Taylor Swift is going through, having to re-record all her shit.
She's smart.
She's
very smart.
She's smart for that shit too. Because that re-recording shit, hey, I'm not gonna lie, the re-recordings sound way better than the originals. Because she know what she want to do now. And hey, but speaking of, that nigga had the swag too. Nigga took the military outfits and bedazzled them bitches. Also, you want to talk about cool? This nigga, for 4 years of his life, was Elvis's son-in-law. He looked at Elvis's daughter and said, "You're mine." And she said, "I'm fucking yours." Come on. Also, because it won't be. It bought his catalog too. And I just gotta say it because it won't be an MEP stream without me getting a little outlandish. This nigga produced one of the finest women to ever exist. Paris Jackson.
Oh yeah.
Paris Jackson.
Oh, Paris. Oh my god.
Nigga. For the longest time, I was convinced I am going to marry that woman. It wasn't even about the fact that Michael Jackson will be my father-in-law. It was just, she is so breathtakingly beautiful. Like, it felt like Mother Nature in a human. I was like, I want to marry her. Oh, Michael Jackson is my father-in-law is a plus. I want her. Like, it was like, how are you this fucking gorgeous, bro?
That man got some powerful.
That's funny.
I was like, somebody told me they're like, oh, you want like so you can be Michael's son-in-law, right? I was like, nigga, that's a plus. Being able to say Janet is my aunt-in-law, nigga, that's a plus. Do you see her? Come on.
That's funny as shit.
She's around our age group too. She's 25.
She's 2 years older than me. That's why I was like, bro, like, I have a chance. I mean, I don't have a chance, but if
shoot, bro. You gotta keep shooting, you know.
That is also true. You never know. She could be one of those where it's like, I don't want to date somebody famous. She could be like, I want to date somebody regular, and I'm gonna come in there.
Why do you think I left the TikTok live earlier, Sammy? Yes, sir.
But all right, this is gonna be hard. It's probably gonna be really hard. So, Loft, since you're our guest, I'm gonna have you go last, so you have more time to think about it. Deontay, I'm gonna start with you. Zay, should I do top 5 or top 10?
Do top 10.
Top 10 MJ songs, Deontay. Go.
Woo! Hold up, do top 5. I didn't know you were going there. Do top 5.
Hey, this nigga hit the Michael Jackson too. He said, "Ow!" That's why I said top 10. It's hard to do a top 5 for this nigga, bro.
Top 5 Michael Jackson. I ain't gonna lie. Top 10 is hard, dog.
Top 10 is harder. Top 5 is hard.
No, because top 5 could be fairly easy. Top 10, you gotta really think about your place.
That's why I think top 5 is hard. Because I gotta choose only 5 of his songs. Because if that's the case, it's not making it outside of the Thriller album. I'm sorry, it's not.
Really?
Because three of my favorite Michael songs come from Thriller.
Mm. But if
That's
I
why I
had to
thought
choose,
top 10 would be a little easier.
but if I did have
Nah,
to
we doing
choose,
top 5.
All right, fine. Top 5, Deontay, go.
all right, number one forever and always will be, uh, "Beat It." That is my favorite Michael Jackson song. I fucking love that song.
Okay.
Billie Jean,
Okay.
Human Nature,
That's a good one.
Black
Boy.
and Black or White,
Okay.
and God damn, that's hard.
You see how Thriller took most of that damn list? You see what I mean?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and "You Rock My World."
Oh, ooh, me, that girl.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh my god.
I love Chris Tucker, bro. Him and Michael they are
That's
something
one of the
different.
best music videos ever. I
Oh
just
me,
That damn
that man
walk he
said,
does
"Look at
is
that
so
girl right
iconic.
there." Mm.
That
they even
damn
start
walk he
singing yet. They even
does.
start singing yet. That was oh my god.
This man,
Oh.
Michael, she is banging, nigga. What? Who says that?
It's so weird hearing him talk like that. He's like, oh yeah, it's so weird.
Only you can get away with it. Like,
Yeah.
uh, while we wait for Zay to give his list, Michael knew. Michael, you know how people ask, like, I wonder if they ever knew how famous they were. Michael knew. You know how I know? One of his cameramen, when he was on tour with the Jacksons, put this in a book. He played a practical prank on Michael in the hotel, right? And Michael told him, I'm gonna get you back. So he's waiting for it. And then during the concert, what does Michael do when he's singing She's Out of My Life? Nigga gets down on his knees and says, I just wish somebody in the audience would come up here and hold my hand, and lays down next to the side, and they all bum rush the cameraman. That means Michael knew the power he held. He knew that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Michael knew, bro. If Michael was a hoe and wanted to go out there and be like, who wants to come back to my dressing room tonight? He knows he would cause an earthquake from the yelling. Like,
Oh my god.
that nigga is different.
It would have been over. Concert
Right.
over.
Zay, hit the top 5. What you got?
All right. Starting with 5, I'm gonna say Smooth Criminal.
Oh, that's a good one.
4, Speed Demon. It slept.
Oh, and that music video too. That music video's genius.
Amazing video. Oh,
It
man.
is genius,
Number
though.
3, I'm gonna say Thriller at number 3.
Okay,
That might be crazy for some people, but
that's solid. That's solid.
at number 2, I'm putting Bad.
Mm.
At number 1, my opinion, his best song of all time, Man in the Mirror.
Okay.
Amazing song.
I like that list. So, what you got? Top 5 Michael Jackson songs.
All right, number 1 is "Beat It." Obviously, that's
Yes.
that's a bop
Yes.
to this
Yes.
day. I dance to that every day. I listened to that yesterday. Shit. Number two is "Rock My World." I love that shit.
Yes.
I love that shit. That shit go hard. Number 3, "Dirty Diana."
Okay.
And then number 4, "Billie Jean." Obviously, I got the Billie Jean in there.
Billie
And then
Jean.
5,
Not my love.
and then number 5, "Dangerous."
Dangerous is a good
Thank
one.
you. Finally, I was waiting for someone.
Dangerous.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Dangerous.
I mean, the way it makes me feel is a honorable mention.
There go where my
Beautiful,
money,
beautiful.
go where my
Oh.
pride. You can call me honey, cause you're so damn good for me. God. I
Smooth, man.
can't wait to do that stream. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. June 25th. Mark your calendars. MainEvent Players. We're doing a Michael Jackson stream the whole night.
Yeah, I will be there. I will be
We're
there.
doing the World Cup and everything. It's gonna take me a hot minute to get all his damn songs up in there, but we doing it.
I won't be there because I'll be at a house show, but I will be watching.
Damn.
I'll be here. If we're celebrating MJ, we're celebrating MJ.
Now, if y'all still doing it when I get back, then I'll join in. But
Oh yeah.
there's a WWE
All
house
right.
show that day, and I'm going to it.
All right. Now my top 5. Starting at number 5. Another part of me. That song.
Ooh.
Yeah, another part of me. At number 4, I know Loft doesn't really. I gotta pull one from one of the posthumous albums with "Place with No Name." That shit.
It's a very good song.
That's good. That's a good song.
Because I can like with a lot of Michael songs, you can kind of visualize the setting he's telling. But with that one, it's like the most vivid. The way I can articulate it. Loft, I'm trying to remember which Uncharted it is. The one where they go and find that ancient lost city.
3.
I think, number 3. That's the shit I visualize when I listen to that song. Like, it's at number 3, it's a little harder. I think I gotta go with Liberian Girl. It's either Liberian Girl or Remember the Time, because those, yeah.
Remember the Time goes crazy. Remember the Time goes
You
crazy.
remember the time.
Number 2, You Are Not Alone.
I cried. I cried.
You know who wrote that?
Yeah, even though he wrote it, I ignore that part.
Yeah.
That nigga.
I ignore that part.
King of making niggas.
Prodigy just brought up a good one. Slave to the Rhythm.
That's the thing. That's the tie. I used to put number 1 for the longest time was Billie Jean, but now it's fucking Slave to the Rhythm, especially after that hologram performance.
That was crazy.
That was insane, bro.
He was bugging in the house.
That nigga said, "Oh, fuck."
Who else can pull off a live concert dead?
No,
dead.
No one. No one.
Who?
Not Chris Brown. Not Usher. Not The Weeknd. Nobody.
Tupac didn't even do that. They did
He
one
was
for Tupac.
dead,
He didn't even
and
do
they
that.
said no. I don't really like the hologram stuff, but God,
But
was that
him. In fact, I gotta pull it up.
Oh my God,
nigga, the way he fucking started it too with that. She dances in his sheets at night. She dances to his needs. I was like, oh yeah, that's that nigga right there. That's that nigga. It's hard to do top 5, bro, because like there's so many that like fight for it in my head, bro.
Yeah. Hey, he had some good records as a kid, though. He did have some good records as a kid.
That's why we had to do the stream, because we have to talk because nigga, the Jackson 5 alone, like ABC, I want you back, I'll be there. Stop the love, you save me. Stop the love, you save me. Give me.
And don't forget, Santa Claus is coming to town.
Yes, but anyway, at this point, we're pushing 2.5 hours. We got to get ready to switch this over to the NXT Watch Along and GM Mode live stream. So before we go, one more time, Loft, is there anything you would like to say to these people? Oh wait, let me get you the
closing segment.
Oh.
I told you I was gonna come up with one, nigga.
Oh, you gotta remind me. I'm ADHD. You know this.
So, Loft, as you know, we are going through MEP or MEP subsection of Off the Top Rope. You are not on the interview squad, of course. So, I would like to open the floor of questions up to you. Do you have anything you would like to ask?
I think I think I asked you the same question. What do you want to be your lasting impression when all of this is over?
Damn. Okay.
Real quick.
Hard hitting questions. Who asked that?
Real quick. Zay, think about that real quick, because I just realized we forgot to let Loft do his MJ list. Also, Prodigy requested that you do a top 10. So, Loft, I'll let you do top 10.
Why you gotta do that?
Think of our question, because that was a good ass question.
Watch this. I got this. Ready?
Okay.
Number 10, Got to Be There. Off the
Ugh.
first album.
Mm.
Okay. I'm gonna hit you with this. Number 9, I Can't Help It from Off the Wall.
Oh, can't
Ah.
help it. If I wanted to, I wouldn't
Uh,
help it. Even if I couldn't help it.
Number 8 will be Off the Wall.
Okay.
What about
Number
this on your
7,
shoulders?
number 7,
Yeah.
number 7, we want to be some. Number 7,
Okay.
we want,
Okay.
and only the live version. I think the live version is like better than the recorded version.
That's fair.
6, Speed Demon.
Mm.
5, Another Part of Me. Number 4 would be Leave Me Alone.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Number 3 would probably this is getting hard. Oh damn.
Yeah.
It's on it's a unreleased Biggie verse on it. It's on the Invincible album.
Oh,
The last,
Unbreakable. Unbreakable.
yes.
Fucking
That
love
is
that one.
that's one of the coldest beats I ever heard in my life. And
Wait, Biggie and I need to listen to
Biggie
that. I never
Biggie has a verse on Unbreakable. It is the
It's-
most cold shit ever.
Biggie's the greatest rapper of all time, by the way. Just wanted to set that.
Yes. Now we
But
talking.
those
Now we
two-
talking.
yeah, nigga.
Debatable, but okay.
Nigga. No, it ain't. I debate.
He's the best. He's the best freestyle artist ever. Like no one can top Biggie's lyrics.
Who'd you have at number 2?
Number 2, Heaven Can Wait.
Oh, I can't wait to see heaven can wait. Oh, I
And
don't
then
want to leave my baby alone.
number 1 is Human Nature. I think Human Nature is the best song he ever played.
I remember you did your stream. That was the best R&B song of all time.
Well,
Yeah.
And Human Nature is the best song he ever made.
You know what?
Oh my god.
You know what other one needs more love that we didn't get to put in here?
Hmm.
Will You Be There? Will you
Oh.
be there? But
Oh,
they
God.
told me and there should be grateful.
I don't like
I
Free Willy.
wasn't not able.
Treat that
Oh
song,
yeah,
okay.
Free Willy sucks. I don't care what.
I hate Free Willy. So,
But the song was good.
Yeah, the song was good. Movie
But I
sucked.
hate it still. Like I just think of Free Willy.
It's for kids. Remember, it's not for us. Remember, it's for the kids.
We were kids. It was made for us. Anyway, Zay, well, we'll let you start it off. The question Loft asked, "What would you like your
Come on, outside. Come on, dog.
Okay, Saul will start it.
Wait, what was the question?
What do you want your lasting impression to be once this is all over? Like not like life, but just like once you like retire from like TikTok or like content creation, what do you want your lasting impression to be on the people?
On the people. Continue to grow as a person. Spread love. Inspire somebody.
I like that. I like that.
Okay.
Okay.
I wanted to switch to my headphones real quick.
Okay.
For me, I feel like my lasting impression on social media, at least, I want it to be something of confidence, understanding, and knowledge throughout what I'm speaking. I try not to go out on things that I have no real knowledge on. I try to keep my opinions on certain subjects out of it as well, as much as I'm a very opinionated person. I want my lasting impact to be something of confidence, respect, understanding, and knowledge, so it can inspire someone to carry that lesson with themselves.
Okay. Deontay?
I like that.
Mine would probably be like, inspiration. I want to make an impact in someone's life. It could be, you're having a bad day. My video made your day or something. It could be one person, it could be 1,000 people. I don't care. As long as I made that one person's day. Inspiration, knowledge, confidence, all that stuff. Just be confident who you are and shit. Grab life by the balls.
And then I gotta add one more. I gotta add one more thing. I gotta add one more thing to mine. Like another thing is, eventually, I do want to. Eventually, when I grow up more, I want to be a dad. You know, my last impression is also be a good father to my future children. That's what I want to do as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
'cause
I do have one more to add as well into mine.
Uh-huh.
Along with the confidence and everything, I want to carry the message that you can just do shit and have that be your legacy. Like, I'm fucking boxing in 2 months. I'm 130
Woo!
pounds. The fuck I look like. I start wrestling school in 3 weeks. I'm 130 pounds.
Oh
What the fuck
shit!
do I look like? But like, it's still like you can do shit and it can matter to you because it doesn't matter what you do otherwise if you truly don't care about it.
I got one more too. No matter what you look like, where you come from, you can do anything you set your mind to. Don't ever let nobody tell you you
You
can't
know,
do it.
Yep.
Never.
I'm glad you said that because that can segue into mine. Just like everyone else, I want to leave a lasting impression. From the time I was younger, my goal in life was to help make this a better place for everyone. If I could touch at least one person's life and them say he made me smile, I'll know I've done something good in this world. And going off what Deontay said, I want this to be a place of inclusivity. I said it before. Wrestling, all this shit, music is a place of inclusivity. It doesn't shouldn't matter your race, religion, color, creed, sexual orientation, none of that shit. It's all about inclusivity. If you exclude someone because of what they look like or what they think, what they want to be, you're no better than all the evil motherfuckers in this world. Like so, just be a good person. All right. With that being said, Loft, thank you so much for joining us and being the first
thank you.
guest for the Meet MEP. Wait, I'll be honest, I didn't think it would go this long,
Hey,
but we're 2.5 hours. We really got to know you, man. That shit was
I'm happy.
insane. But thank you, um, everyone. If y'all never done this before, we got a special surprise for everyone
Uh oh.
before y'all join us on the other side for the NXT watch along. So, actually, I'll let Loft say it if you want to check the private chat.
I don't know what's good. This is crazy. What's happening?
Oh, so Sammy wanted me before we go. Sammy also says, "What's my favorite song to dance to?" That's easy. That's easy. Like you said, Billie Jean or Gasolina by Daddy Yankee.
Yes. All right, Rolf, if you wanna yell that out loud, what's in the private chat?
Oh, okay. Bring in the handsome devil.
What?
It is I, the visionary, the revolutionary, the messiah of Wrestle Talk, TJ freaking Gatsby, thanking you for watching our video. Now, if you want to see more of myself and the main event players, go ahead and scan that QR code right there. It'll take you right to our link tree with all our socials. Now, as always, thank you for joining the main event. Goodbye and good night.